Hello everybody, I hope you have a good day and I hope you had a good weekend. I want to talk about yellow ping in this video. I made a video yesterday about how yellow ping could be reworked or removed from the game because it's incredibly OP, and a lot of the comments were very upset with that statement. So I thought I would make a longer video about yellow ping and why I think it could be reworked or removed in the future, especially because a lot of pro players, high level players and content creators all complain about yellow ping and say that it's too OP. When it comes to my personal opinion on yellow ping, I've never died to a yellow ping and thought, oh, for goodness sake, I just died because of yellow ping. I've been like, oh, okay, I died because of yellow ping, but that's on me for not destroying intel better, I guess. However, I do understand the nuances surrounding yellow ping and why some people might want for it to be reworked or removed completely. If we look back to before yellow ping was introduced in year 4, year 5, I think it was introduced roughly in year 5, as I started in year 4 and it definitely wasn't there in year 4. Back then, you either had to red ping or you had to know callouts to be able to give a call as to where somebody is. You couldn't just rely on clicking a button and saying on ping. Before yellow ping was introduced, even silvers and golds knew a lot of callouts on the maps because they had to be able to give callouts and get better at the game. Whereas now with Siege, with rank 2.0, you have actual champion players who don't know a single callout in the game. And that to me is an issue. People were saying in the comments of the video that I made talking about the concept, and the concept, by the way, was originally made by No Limits. And the concept was essentially you could only use 2 yellow pings per player per game. Sorry, per round. And the comments are really mad saying that why would they remove yellow ping? Siege is a tactical game and this would reduce the amount of tactical plays that you could do on Siege. But actually, I would argue that it's the opposite. Yellow ping made the game less tactical. Like, I can't see any tactical plays with yellow ping other than I'm going to yellow ping instead of red ping. Fair enough. I guess that is a tactic in itself. But the actual tactical plays that you do, yellow ping isn't tactical because you don't need to have any knowledge at the game, which isn't a tactical thing. I hope that I explained that okay and people kind of understand my thought process there. Before yellow ping, you either had to know where the player was to be able to give the call out and know what that call out is, or you'd have to tactically time your red ping to make sure that it didn't go wasted. That, in my opinion, takes way more skill than spamming a yellow ping. I think yellow ping is important for solo queue players, but I also think it can teeter on the level of being too strong, / I understand why people think it is too strong. With No Limits concept, I kind of like the idea of restricting how many yellow pings that you could do in a round. What that actually could look like / how that should be implemented, I don't know. I don't have the answer. I don't have the answer of exactly what I'd like to see. But I do think that either needs to be a cooldown or a sound cue or something to give signal that you might be being yellow pinged. Or just prevent it from being as spammy as it is. Maybe have a longer cooldown so they can't continuously spam it. Maybe limit it so certain cameras can only yellow ping so many times in a round. But a player who is alive and isn't on intel, for example, you want somebody to reinforce a wall, just ping the wall. That's unlimited. When you're as a player and not on a camera, yellow ping should always be unlimited in my opinion. Or maybe even change it that if you are alive, you can yellow ping on cams, but if you are eliminated, you cannot yellow ping on cams, or you can only yellow ping twice whilst you're dead on a camera. I think if yellow ping got tweaked, even just the tiniest bit, I feel like the higher level players and the pro players would complain about it less, because I definitely don't think yellow ping should ever be fully removed from the game. I think it's an essential part of solo queue. I also think it's essential for lower level players whilst learning the game. However, I do think that players should be forced to learn callouts to be able to play in the higher level lobbies, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I personally don't think that we should always cater to lower lobbies. And this is coming from somebody who, although I may be a champ, I'm not the best at the game. But I don't want them to hold my hand to get better at the game. I want to learn and get better on my own. That's the whole fun of Siege, is getting better. But just having yellow ping, where you can constantly ping and say on ping, on ping, on ping, no one's ever going to get better from that. Why would anybody force themselves to learn callouts? Because you don't need to since the introduction of yellow ping. So like I've been pinging here with yellow ping on the screen, as on my player, with my gun up, I'm not an intel, I think that should always be unlimited. I see a lot of people say that they want a sound cue for yellow ping, and I'm not sure how I feel about this. I think on paper, hearing a ping that the enemy team is yellow pinging on a cam isn't a bad thing. You won't know what camera or where or what player they're focused on, you just know that they're yellow pinging. However, would A, have to be a different sound to your team's pings, if not it's going to get too confusing and again too spammy. B, I think that level of noise constantly would also be too spammy. And I could see it actually being a disadvantage if you were in a 1v1 situation and the enemy team still had loads of intel and all 4 of the eliminated opponents were just spamming a ping anywhere. For you on the sound, that could become very distracting. So although on paper having a yellow ping makes sound when somebody is yellow pinging on the enemy team is a good idea, I don't think it would actually play out well in the game. I also personally don't think that limiting the yellow ping per player per round is also not the solution, because if somebody dies early on and they are in charge of all of the cams essentially because they've been eliminated and they can only give 2 yellow pings for that whole round, it's not going to be that helpful. Whereas if a designated drone or designated camera can only give so many pings per round, kind of like having 10 reinforcements per team per round, one Valcam can only give 4 yellow pings per round. So between the 3 Valcams, it can give 12 yellow pings. It would definitely make people use them more tactically, and also maybe then give callouts more. Like if it's an obvious callout, if somebody was on 90 on this map, for example, why would you yellow ping 90? Why would you not just say they are on 90? It's a universal call. Anybody should know that call in any lobby. If they don't, again, it's a skill issue. Whereas if they're somewhere slightly more confusing and it's not so universal call and it's a call that maybe people might not know, then sure, then you would use a yellow ping. It would make more sense. Like if somebody's on yellow stairs, well, I guess there's no yellow stairs, so let's say red stairs on this map. If somebody's on red stairs, you may as well just call red stairs instead of pinging red stairs. And you can easily say they are bottom, mid, or top red stairs. Whereas if they were, for example, in the hallway in front of me, I could see somebody using a yellow ping more because that hallway is very long, and just saying they're in this hallway isn't as clear and could be clearer with a yellow ping. This is just a discussion following a video that I posted yesterday about a concept by No Limits that I personally found really engaging and wanted to talk about it, but TikTok being TikTok were very upset with that video. So I thought I'd start a discussion on here to see what other people's opinions are. Do you think yellow ping is too OP? Do you also think it decreased the skill gap, or do you love yellow ping? When did you start playing? I'd love to know a bunch of your opinions.